House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
I do so enjoy coming to you every Friday and talking about property because I've been educated so very much over the last couple of years by these two lovely ladies, Liz and Gina from Remax Diamond Realty. Half a day.
Half a day.
Half a day.
Okay, we were talking, before we started this, we had a completely different topic that we wanted to cover like that. But Gina, you actually brought up that because, the fiscal year is ending because it's now October.
Yeah.
The end of the year, whether the calendar or the fiscal year, there are important things to know at the end of the year. Plus, there are also benefits that people may not realize, just the fact that they have a house loan.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it takes a while to compile all your data, it really does, and time seems to be going by faster than we, realize. It's already going to be Thanksgiving before we turn around, right? The holidays hits us, and then come January, we're all busy trying to get our taxes done, or maybe not January for most of us, but a lot of people try to get it done early. And if you've bought real estate this year, there's actually a lot of expenses that you could write off on your tax returns. I've run across a few families that I've sold property to who didn't realize that after they buy real estate and they start making their monthly payment, you really should, for your own benefit, start filing. And when you go to your tax person, they will help you. But I find there's still a lot of families out there who want to do the tax forms themselves. I would never venture to do that. I just can't figure out the documents. I'd like to go to a tax person and have them help me. But if you already own real estate, you really should start looking at using the 1040 schedule and using Schedule A, which is where you can benefit from all the tax deductions. And that's part of why people want to buy real estate, is for the tax benefit.
Now, let's talk about that for one sec. Liz, how much more complicated does tax preparation get when you own your own home and you have additional equity, you obviously have additional debt obligations and everything, but do you see a lot of your clients like trying to tackle it by themselves?
A lot of them want to tackle it themselves.
To save more money.
To save money, but at the same time,
save a little.
They don't realize that every year there are changes in the laws sometimes. For example, one year you could take benefits from energy efficient refrigerators or energy efficient windows. So there are certain things that the laws change, and sometimes the government offers different benefits to the consumer where they could claim that with their taxes. And if an individual isn't aware of it and they try to do their own taxes, then you could have shorted yourself $1,000. Whereas a CPA or a tax consultant, every year they get updated on the latest tax laws. So for someone to try to do it themselves, sometimes I think you miss out or you don't claim the right things. I know every time we do our taxes, we pull everything out and then we break it down and then we turn it over to a CPA. Of course, our taxes might be a little more complicated, but at the same time, it behooves, I would think, any consumer to go online, check it out, what's the latest tax laws and how can I benefit from them. But to try to do it yourself, it could be really complicated.
You may be saving money because you're not paying someone to do it, but you're losing out on all the tax deductions that are available to you. For instance, if you bought property this year, and what you could do is, I educate myself by going to irs.gov, publication 530, gives you a list of what is tax deductible. And for instance, the year you buy your property, you can deduct the interest that you paid. If you are selling the property, you can deduct the commission that you paid.
And the fact that you actually have that memorized shows how awesome you are. Publication 530. Everybody bookmark that, irs.gov/.
Okay, so my confession is I'm one of the late filers. And so, of course, October was the deadline. So I was going through that to see what else I could do, right?
I'm not sure if we can edit that out, but
No.
Proceed, please.
You cannot. But see, this is the thing I tell families, listen, the benefit of owning real estate is, yes, you're getting the value and you're providing a home for your family, but the government also allows you all the tax deductions. When you take advantage of the tax deduction, you benefit so much. a lot of families end up having a refund because they're able to deduct all these things. The interest payments you make on your home is a tax deduction. So take advantage of it. Pay someone just a little bit, but take advantage of that. And if not, right now it's October. If you go to irs.gov and you educate yourself, it'll tell you what form to use to file your tax, what schedule to use to write off all these items. You could take a swing at it and see what happens come January.
Well, final question, because we got to go to commercial, but of course for you it might be a little bit easier because you're a professional realtor and have years of experience in the field. How esoteric is that documentation, and can the average person, like can someone like myself, can we be able to figure it out if we go to the website?
On Schedule A, if you use that publication, which is 530, it actually tells you how to fill out Schedule A. So if you already have bought a home, you can figure out how to do that because, you know, they kind of go hand in hand.
Fantastic.
Educate yourself.
All right, thank you both.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. And we'll see you on the flip side of this break.